Hi, we are Swan Sovereign, and you are watching PDX Spotlight.
Don't want what you got, we ain't buying. You're telling us that it's hot, but you're lying. You think we'll eat your garbage and smile, but you've been asleep for a while. You gotta keep the devil down in the hole. Had enough of your mind control. You're so tough, there's no chance I'm going back. That's enough. I'm your mean, sweet heart attack. Leave it up. Think we're gonna sign off on a deal. No love, but you've been asleep at the wheel. You know the rules if you wanna be free. Write it down, babe, you work for me. We can see through your camouflage. Information is power. And we're free from your green mirage. You think you're watching us, but we are watching. We are watching. You gotta keep the devil down in the hole. Had enough of your mind control. So tough. That's enough. Give it up. Information is power. No love. And the soldiers are flowers. You know the rules if you wanna be free. Write it down, babe. You work for me.
Welcome to PDX Spotlight. I'm your host, Natasha Haynes, and today we are here with the talented trio that is Swan Sovereign. How's it going, ladies?
Great.
Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Formed by members of Dirty Martini, how does that evolution happen from one band to another?
Well, we were doing some. We used to do songs or shows where we'd all play guitar and sing, and then we had a bass player and a drummer, and then sometimes we would just do acoustic shows. It was just the three of us playing acoustic guitar, and we thought it would just be better if I just grabbed bass because I used to play bass, and then it just got sort of bigger and bigger from there. Oh, maybe we'll add drums. It was kind of a stone soup situation.
Maybe we'll bring in just one drum, and Stephanie can play that on a couple songs, and maybe I'll play it on a song or two, and then
We got carried away.
kind of evolved from there to the
Kind
point
of an
where
accident, a happy accident.
yeah, and then we really liked how it sounded with Stephanie on drums, McKinley on bass, and me on guitar, and it kind of felt like that created a new space for the vocals to coexist in the middle of those three elements that felt more interesting to us than just the guitars and the voices.
And with three lead singers in a band, you need a lot of space for harmonies and vocals, and so we're able to, since we're the singers, we're able to carve it out ourselves rather than turn around and say to the bass player, hey, take it easy.
And the fact that drumming is so new to me, the drum parts that I'm playing are pretty simple and hollow in a way, and so it does carve out quite a bit of space for the vocals that, I don't know, there's just like this kind of raw, almost tribal thing that exists now. And we took a long break. As Dirty Martini, everyone was kind of doing their own thing for a while, and so I think when we came back together, there was all this new energy, and that helped create that sound.
And that sound, how would you guys describe that sound, that new Swan Sovereign sound?
Punchy?
Stompy.
Stompy.
Yeah.
McKinley had, McKinley's the one who put it best, I think.
Yeah.
She said that in an interview at some point that Dirty Martini was melancholy, like rain-soaked April in Portland, and Swan Sovereign is more like a snowball fight in Antarctica.
that's vicious
In
enough
the-
to draw blood.
Blinding sunlight, but cold and a little bit dangerous.
Okay, so speaking of,
Okay.
yeah, so
Less
speaking of
purple, more
Antarctica, so you guys released a digital EP called Arctic 001. Is that kind of where that title came from?
Yeah, we were
little bit.
thinking. We were thinking that some of the lyrics are about sort of strange things, interrogations and secrets, and
Post-apocalyptic compounds.
yeah, we're kind of in a weird space lyrically, and so we wanted to sort of name each collection as though it were a mission. And our first mission was Arctic 001, so maybe the next mission will be
Something else.
Black 002.
Yeah.
We're not sure.
Very interesting.
Arctic is also a type of swan.
Oh,
Yeah.
So we're thinking about making our way
Right.
through the.
Next one might
There
be
you go.
tundra because that's a type of swan.
I love it. Creative. So thinking of the title as is, how did you guys come up with that name, Swan Sovereign? That's original.
We wanted something that had a bit of a reference of like military, sort of military themed, and so sovereign has this connotation of taking over of your very own country, and so I think swan is an animal that's known to be graceful and elegant, but it's also very vicious.
Deadly. Swans
Deadly.
can kill.
So you guys are gonna take over the world and kill.
No, we just already took over our own little
Our very
world.
own world.
But look graceful doing it. I mean, we don't want to look bad,
Of course.
Swans
there's a-
never look bad.
There's like a darker element involved in these songs than before in Dirty Martini.
Say that I'm mean and I'm all puckered up inside. I think that is tragic and is just a weak way to hide. Oh, look at me, all puppy eyes. I don't want to see you cry. You want a bedtime story? You we have to say goodbye. Say it slow so you understand. You are not my man, you're not my You're yelling from the yard that I'll always be alone. 'Cause I'm selfish and weird, yeah, maybe at least I know when to go home. You strike a pose like Brando or Romeo or no Romeo. Yell out my name like you're done. Don't you have somewhere to go? Say it slow so you understand. You are not my man, you're not my. You are not my. You are You never and you never will be. Never ever and you never will be. No, no, and you never will be. Can you hear me? I'll say it slow so understand. I'll say it slow so you understand. I'll say it slow so you understand. Not mine. I'll say it slow so you understand. You're not mine. I'll say it slow so you understand. I'll say it slow so you understand.
You guys seem so together, so in sync. I mean, when did that start? Were you guys always like linked at the hip, or?
I
mean,
feel like we're closer now than ever, but
Yeah.
it was always easy. I mean, the
Yeah.
reason that we've been playing together for 11 years now. Is it 11?
Yeah.
Is that we have so much fun together, and it would not have lasted if we didn't just totally enjoy hanging out with each other, and we're really good friends.
And when I got back to town, it was really just like, hey, obviously we're going to get together and have drinks because that's what we do. And then the guitars came out, and then like, oh, I have this new song I want to show you. So it's like the most natural evolution and reinvention of a band is that we would, if we weren't playing together, we would still hang out together, and then we'd end up writing songs together. So we have no choice but to be a band, really. It just happens.
I love it. That's the best thing, though, when it's natural, right?
And we know everything about each other's personal lives. So when Laura writes a song, we're like, oh, we know exactly what that's about. And so we feel like we can really get behind her and help her finish the lyrics. Because we know exactly.
They can say
behind the
say what
sentiment.
I'm thinking better than I can.
Yeah,
a lot of the time.
So speaking on that songwriting process, how does that usually work? Is one of you more of a songwriter, and does someone come in and, I mean, how does that
It's
work?
different for each song. I think there's different songs where one of us brought in the main part of the song, and then we all pieced it together and then co-wrote the rest of it to finish it. There's some songs have been a little more fully formed, but for the most part, like 95% of what we're doing right now feels like it's come from the full band together. It's different than Dirty Martini.
There's songs I even forget who started it. Like White Lies, I forgot that you actually started that song because we took it over so fully and changed it so much that by the end of it, I didn't know who'd started it. And that in Dirty Martini, that wasn't the case. We kind of had our songs, but not anymore. And we trade lead vocals more. Laura might write a song and tell Stephanie she would like her to sing lead on it.
Everything's more interactive. It's really different. The collaboration itself is really different this time.
I don't know where I end and you begin.
There was.
That is my hand.
White lies, white lies, oh. White lies. White lies, white lies, oh. White lies. Bracing for the impact. You wonder how you'll ever get back. Feel yourself disappearing. Soon you're just a fraction. Left spinning in a chain reaction. Can't stop the vanishing with every action. Have you ever been alive? White lies. Terrified. Waiting for the backlash. You wonder how you'll ever get past the new day dawning on you. Saw you in the mirror. Your image getting ever clearer. Siren is screaming, coming nearer. Have you ever been alive? White lies, terrified. Counting out your half-life. You mark it with your dirty jackknife. Feel your days disappearing. White lies, oh. White lies. White lies, oh. White lies. Are you half alive? White lies. white lies.
Collectively, you guys are amazing, but believe it or not, individually, they are just as amazing, or maybe even more. So let's start with Laura, of course. So you have several different bands outside of this one. I don't know how you keep up with all of it. It's crazy.
Well, they're all very part-time at this point. But yeah, I'm a member of the Stolen Suites, which is a 1930s vintage swing jazz sextet. And we've also been together about 11 years. It's a very specific genre of music, and I also have 2 female bandmates in that band with whom I sing tight 3-part harmonies. So I love to sing harmonies. That's kind of like one of my favorite things. In the Stolen Suites, I get to just sing. So we also have 2 guitar players and a bass player, and 3 women stand and sing like they used to do back in the 30s. And I'm in another band, a relatively new band called Love Gigantic, and I play keyboards and sing a lot of backing vocals in that band, and I've also written a lot of the music that has been the I don't know, initial kernel for several of our songs. And then there's a group called The Simple Colony, which is a collaboration with a good friend of mine from college, Michael Dodson. In that group, I write the music either on guitar or piano, and then Michael writes all of the lyrics and vocals and harmonies. He's an amazing singer. He was with Portland Gay Men's Chorus for a long time. So there are.
Did you guys get all that?
What's nice about her projects, though, is I don't feel like they ever overlap, and I don't ever feel like material that like could have been ours goes to another, because she's not going to write something that could be ours and bring it to Stolen Suites, because that's a 1930s jazz. So I feel like it's
distinctly
nice
different from each other. Yeah.
Right.
It seems very clear. Like if I come up with a chord progression or a piece of music, I can usually tell, like, oh, this is totally Swan Sovereign. You know, like it has a feeling that.
So there's no like band jealousy going on at all. You guys don't have to steal.
And I feel like I have like a different role in each band. Like I play keys in Love Gigantic, I play guitar in this band, I sing in Stolen Suites, play guitar in Simple Colony. I feel like I get to do a lot of different things.
Right.
And honestly, my favorite thing to do is to be playing an instrument and singing backup vocals. Like that's, oh, I'm so happy doing that. And I'm happy to sing lead once in a while too, but I definitely have a lot more fun playing an instrument and singing backup.
She gives away her lead parts a lot. She'll start a song, and then one of us will just be playing with it. Yeah, you just keep singing.
Right, yeah. We have to force her to, I don't know, it sounds so good.
Someday we'll walk in
another amazing personal life. I mean, it's just incredible outside of the band. Yes.
Yeah,
Amazing
true.
person.
Yes. So you are an amazing solo artist with 7 albums. Am I correct?
goodness.
7 albums.
Gosh.
Wow.
She's like, why do I keep doing this? Yeah. And her humanitarian work. Do you know about her humanitarian work?
That is amazing. Yes.
Yeah.
So you put on a humanitarian concert
Yeah.
for refugees in Uganda.
Yeah.
Yeah, it started out as an idea to do one house concert. Actually, we were on tour as Dirty Martini, and I was reading in the Rolling Stones magazine that we had in the touring bus about issues going on in Eastern Africa, and I thought, you know, I've been part of so many benefits, and I've seen them go really well, and I've seen them not go very well, and I know so many musicians in town. I'm in a perfect position to try to put together just one house concert and raise money, and I thought, why don't I get other musicians involved, and we can each do our own house concert. Well, it kind of grew from there to becoming a big humanitarian concert series, and it
They
was
flew her to Africa. I
And
mean,
then she found herself in Uganda.
it was exciting. It was across 10 concerts featuring 37 of Portland's top musical acts, and it was all funneled through Mercy Corps. And so I was sponsored on a trip to go to northern Uganda to meet with the communities we were raising money for, and everybody donated time to be part of the event, and it was we raised over 70,000. It was really exciting. So
That's
it's a
amazing.
life-changing experience.
It's beautiful. So talking about your albums as well, you kind of got an electronic feel towards the end there, you know, now. Yeah. I mean, is that something that you want to still work on, or are you still?
Well, after Dirty Martini we put out our second album called Tea and Revenge, and then everyone was kind of going their own direction. I had this group of songs, and I didn't really have a good place for them. I wasn't sure which direction. And during the concert series, I ended up meeting up or reconnecting with a great electronic musician in town named Keith Schreiner, goes also by the name of Auditory Sculpture, and so we worked on a couple songs together, and it was just like immediately felt perfect for this group of songs that I had. And then we ended up doing another album together and did a lot of touring, and the second album was on Dan Reed's label that was London-based, so it brought us over there, and it was exciting. And I loved what those textures and that very ambient trip-hop sound did to the songs. They made them evocative in a different way, and it changed my songwriting.
And it made you a better drummer, I think. I mean, it made you want to be the
appreciative.
drummer.
Yeah, I think I became more appreciative of drums, which has played
that's
a
where it
role in
came
this
from.
band.
Yeah.
And my most recent album was an acoustic album recorded at the old church with a choir and a string section behind it, featuring some of the same songs from the electronic album. So I'm more in this like solo, more organic, raw direction, and I don't know what's next in terms of solo.
Go down to the well to carry the water, chains to be held, giving your daughter. Fall down, heavy on my heart, down, down. Go down to the grave to bury the fodder. There are chains to be saved, lessons you taught her. Fall down, heavy on my heart, down, down. Who are you to be? Who are you to not be brave? Who are you to not be bold? Who are you to be? It's a weighted crown for 100 years or more.
McKinley,
Yeah.
you are amazing. You hosted a show on Discovery Channel and the History Channel.
Oh, yeah,
both of
correct,
them.
right?
Yeah,
Both
that's
of
right.
them.
Yeah.
So Decoded.
Yeah.
How was that? Describe that experience.
Well, it was, they wanted a scientific woman, and then I was encouraged to not be very scientific. So it was tough. So I did a lot of sort of biting my tongue and just going along for the ride, you know, because we were investigating conspiracy theories and historical mysteries. And
Awesome.
that, you know, but it was a great experience to be on camera that much, and I got to go to places in Europe I'd never gone. I got to back to Alaska where I grew up, and you know, and then I got the opportunity, you know, to be seen enough on TV that I got a literary agent and a chance to write a book. And so there were some things that it opened a few doors in some nice ways. And now I know when it's rerunning on TV because I get a bunch of Facebook requests and some very strange offers from around the world. So there's that.
That sounds fun.
But it was something like you just can't turn it down when someone asks you to audition for a TV show, and I just happen to be in LA. I'm like, okay.
Why not?
Yeah, why
so
not?
speaking of that book that you just released, June 3rd, Physics for Rock Stars.
Yeah.
That is incredible. So, I
Thanks.
mean, are you always thinking, is she always thinking like that?
Oh,
Always.
Yeah, and
Always.
it started with a conversation with them in a car. One of our first tours, we were on a long road trip and talking about. I was telling Stephanie what I knew about physics, and she was asking all these really insightful questions about space and time and afterlife. And I thought, oh wow, people might actually be interested in what I think about basic physics if she's asking these questions, because you're not necessarily the most scientific person,
Not.
but you are in a way. Like you have all these
fascinated.
amazing questions. So it kind of started the ball rolling, and I started writing it then. So, yeah.
I want to make sure that you mention your musical, which also ties in with the book. She wrote this brilliant musical called Gracing the Atom.
About physics in Catholic school.
That's right. And you won a Portland Drammy for that? Is
Yeah,
that
Portland
correct?
Drammy for original score, and the choreographer won a Drammy as well.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, she did.
Where are we going to find you ladies next? New album, tour?
We do have a 3-song digital EP, which is available at cdbaby.com or the iTunes Music Store. It has 3 of our new songs on it. In terms of a full-length album, we are still writing new songs, and our sound is still changing and evolving pretty dramatically, and so we kind of want to cement our sound a tiny bit more before we commit to a full-length, although we do have plenty of material at this point, so we're excited to do that.
We do have a show coming up at Mississippi Studios on Friday, November 7th.
November 7th, Mississippi Studios.
Yep.
All right, mark your calendars, everybody. You got to be
Yes.
there.
Yep.
Okay, well, thank you guys so much for coming on the
Thank
show.
you.
It was lovely
Thanks
talking
for
to all of
having
you.
Likewise.
Swan Sovereign, everybody.